So welcome everyone to our lesson on shipping. Now this is just a single lesson that we have got as part of this playlist and part of this course. The other lesson will be a hands-on video of me getting an item, packaging it for you and getting it ready for dispatch. So that will be really helpful. It'll be a hands-on video that we recommend watching. And this video will just be a little bit of an overview about the different courier options in the UK. Now, this is a UK specific video. If you are a Reselling Revolution student that is outside of the UK, we will provide some other tips and tricks for example, the US, USPS, any other shipping options, DHL, DPD that all of you guys use. If you are in any other countries, we will provide some written information sheets with some pros and cons of each of the different shipping options within your respective countries. If that's not too helpful for you, no problem at all. There are many YouTubers that will teach you all about shipping options in your specific country. But here at the Reselling Revolution, we specialize in UK shipping options and UK reselling. But no worries at all. Any other tips that you'll receive in this course will be very useful, whether you're in the US, UK, and beyond. So let's get started with this lesson on shipping. So again, as mentioned, make sure that you watch our video on how to quickly package an item, the most efficient method. It'll be really useful for you. And after you watch that video, come and watch this. So we've also got some links in the description about the best bags that we recommend that you purchase. Again, these are the bags that you will have seen in the video. And we recommend starting with 200 bags, despite how many items you have, up to 200 listings. So 200 bags may seem like a lot, but they're very inexpensive and upfront cost. It'll only cost you, single digits in terms of pounds or dollars. It's very inexpensive, and the bulk discount, you may as well make the most out of it. The more that you buy with shipping bags, the more bulk discount you'll get, and therefore the more you'll save in the long run and the lower your costs are. And again, it's a very inexpensive upfront cost. You may as well just buy as many as possible. They barely take up any room. 1,000 bags is only about that thick in terms of width and depth. So you may as well buy as many as possible as your budget allows. And we also recommend sticky label paper for you to purchase. And this is A4 with 4 sticky label papers as well as ordinary paper. Again, we will leave some links in the description for that. For the A4 sticky label paper, we have put in the description exactly what we use with our normal A4 printer. The vast majority of you guys, whether it's through the workplace or whether it's home, will have access to a A4 label printer. And again, we'll do a tutorial video on exactly how to print your labels, whether it's on eBay, Depop, any other platform, to ship your labels, Tilt and any live streaming platforms as well, to ship your item on these A4 papers. Now, the reason why I didn't mention Vinted is because, as mentioned in the Vinted lesson, Vinted unfortunately aren't very well optimized for this at the writing of this course, writing of this video, and they will only print out the label on a single A4 normal sheet of paper, which is unfortunate, but that's also why we recommend stock your own A4 sheets of paper, and Vinted will automatically print your label for you, and you will only be able to print that one-on-one sheet of paper. Any other platforms, you can use the bulk shipping option, no problem at all. So moving on to the actual lesson, couriers in the UK, which are the best? Now, first of all, why does shipping matter? Now, and why does it matter whether you choose the right shipping option for you? Now, reliable shipping will lead to better customer satisfaction, lower disputes, and also you have a trust in a reliable company that has invested in systems, and you will see which one is better for you. Now, different couriers offer varying price, speed, reliability, etc. And we, in the next slide, will weigh up all of the different main UK shipping options that we have tried and tested, and we'll also give you a pro tip on which one is best. Now, choosing the right courier saves money, improves efficiency, and overall just reduces stress in the long run. Now, as mentioned, if you sell on Vinted, you will not have the choice for shipping. Now, for shipping with Vinted specifically, we recommend that you accept every single shipping option, which means that you will provide all of the different choices that Vinted offers, whether that's in-post, Royal Mail, DPD, anything at all. That ensures that the buyer can choose whatever they want. That increases choice, and again, choice will mean that the buyer will choose you over other sellers. So yeah, on Vinted, offer every option, whatever the buyer prefers they will choose, and that's not your headache, right? So comparing popular UK couriers, if we start with Royal Mail, then we'll move on to Evri. So we've got DPD, UPS, and DHL a little bit. However, the main ones are Royal Mail and Evri. Some pros of Royal Mail are it's reliable, very widespread. There's a post office in every high street, absolutely everywhere, multiple service options. However, the cons are they're slightly more expensive, and unfortunately, Royal Mail first and second class, although they're VAT exclusive, if you're unsure about what VAT is, it is a 20% sales tax, effectively, is what they might call it in the US. And there's fewer tracking updates. There's no tracking updates on those, unless you pay a little bit more for Track 24 or Track 48. It's best for small items, for example, letters. You can't go wrong with Royal Mail as a letter deliverer. They've been doing it for, I think, about 500 years now. They are the best if you sell very small items like cards, Pokemon cards, any collectibles like that. Next, moving on to Evri. Pros, budget friendly, best for small and medium parcels, which is a majority of what you'll be selling as a clothing seller, and very, very, very easy online booking. And their platform is incredible, very easy to use, absolutely great. Now, what are the cons? Limited compensation, they'll only compensate you up to £20. And before Evri was around, they were called Hermes or Hermes, however you want to pronounce it. And they had a lot of reliability concerns, and their process of recruiting people to post them off their posties is probably the easiest and lowest barrier to entry, which means that a lot of shady people might want to get involved in delivering Evri parcels. So with that in mind, who is Evri best for? It's for cost-conscious sellers with non-urgent shipments. Although I say that, they are really investing in their speed, and they are becoming very quick as shipping providers. And that is what is great about them. And you can see that with their investments and rebranding to Evri, they really are trying in building their brand image, and perhaps it's better to give them a chance. Now, DPD, what are some pros? They have 1-hour delivery options. It is the best for tracking. They will track it down to the exact point that they are on the map. So buyers really, really appreciate that. And it has a very strong customer service, DPD does. The best out of anyone. However, they are very expensive, and they are slow. They are fewer drop-off locations. So this would be best for businesses that provide premium products. For example, are you selling Canada Goose jackets or Gucci, Louis Vuitton? Are you selling electronics? More expensive items that the buyer will, need a little bit more help on the tracking, or the buyer will be happy to pay for a little bit more expensive shipping just to have that better peace of mind from a company that has a bit more of a better reputation but a higher cost. So that's what DPD is for. UPS, again, very strong for international shipping. They are the best, most likely, for shipping international, so you may want to consider that. And they have very extensive logistics support, particularly when you are a very, very large seller with, tens of thousands of items in your warehouse. It's best for that. But again, like DPD, they're very expensive, and they're less competitive for UK only shipping, but they are very good for global sellers. If you have a market base that's out of the UK, but your company is based in the UK, they are really good for that. They have very good international shipping, and they will get your stock to where it needs to be. And again, it's of large scale shippers. So companies or resellers, like if you are very established in your business, UPS are great because they have very, very good bulk discounts. If you are shipping off a very high number of items, it will rival even Evri and Royal Mail prices eventually. So that's something to recommend. And finally, DHL, very reliable, very good global coverage. UPS, DHL, DPD, they're very similar in that sense, but they're more expensive, and they're better for businesses, again, like DPD and UPS, that are shipping high value items and international orders. So what is our recommended choice? And that for you as a small to medium sized seller is Evri. Now, the reason why we recommend Evri is because they have the best balance of affordability, accessibility, and service quality. Every street has an Evri station that you can go and ship or anything off. They're very easy to drop off. They have home collection options as well, which is actually not too much more expensive if you want home collection options. And they have a very user-friendly and easy software for business sellers and smaller sellers like yourself to use. And yeah, it's great in that sense. And another thing that we really value is a lot of people, especially if you're starting off in your reselling journey, you won't have access to printers potentially, or label printers definitely. Now, the great thing about Evri, especially if you're a vintage seller, is that you will be given a barcode, a QR code. And even if you're selling online, you'll be given a code that you can print in to self-service printers. There's many shops around the UK. Not every shop will offer this, only a handful, but you will find one that's near you. And they have drop-off locations with self-service printers where you can scan the barcode on yourself without relying on anyone in store, and also type in that code, and all of your labels will come out in one go in sticky label. Stick it on the items, take your sack of items to the post office, to the Evri location, drop it off, jobs are good. And other couriers may still be useful though, depending on your business needs. For example, if you are a very large scale seller, or if you're selling more expensive items, perhaps, couriers like DHL, DPD that offer better insurance options, for example, up to £100 for slightly more expensive shipping, may be better for you. So again, majority of the time, if you're a clothing seller, Evri is the one for you. However, if you're selling more expensive items such as electronics, such as Canada Goose or Montclair, or higher end items, maybe DHL DPD is better for you. Final thoughts about this. So shipping strategies affect profits and customer satisfaction, as you know, and basically test and choose a courier based on speed, tracking, cost effectiveness, what works for you and what is better for your business. And again, what works for us may not work for another seller, what may not work for another Reselling Revolution student, it may not work for you. So just see what works best for you. And next, it's time for the final assignment. So we will see you in the next lesson, going over the final assignment, going about how you will culminate everything that you have learned over this entire course, and how you will become and build your foundations for reselling success.